morning, boys and girls. Happy Sabbath. I am so excited to be here with you for another Nature Nugget. And this week's Nature Nugget animal is awesome, and I can't wait to share it with you. God truly gave this animal to us to have as a companion, and I think you guys will enjoy it very much. So let's get started. Do you remember the clues? Clue number 1 was they are man's best friend. And clue number 2, they can only see 2 colors. Let's think about it. What animal is known as man's best friend and can only see 2 colors? That's right. This week's Nature Nugget animal is all about dogs. All right, so let's talk about dogs for a little bit, and then I'm going to tell you a story about a dog. All right, so dogs are considered mammals, and mammals are warm-blooded, which means they maintain a constant body temperature. They are covered with skin and fur, and the mother dog gives birth to live young dogs called puppies, and they feed their puppies with milk. So dogs have deep-chested body covered with fur. They have a long and slender muzzle, and they also have a bushy tail they wag when they are excited. Dogs have a sharp sense of smell. They use their noses to recognize people, find food, and locate items. They can help policemen by sniffing out illegal items such as bombs and drugs. Dogs have pointed or floppy ears. They have sensitive hearing that enables them to hear very soft sounds. They do not have to turn their heads in order to hear something. Their ears can point in different directions so they can hear distant sounds. Dogs can be found all around the world, except for Antarctica. During the early 1900s, sled dogs were brought to Antarctica as part of hundreds of expeditions. However, dogs have been banned in the continent when the environmental protocol ordered that all non-native animals must be removed from Antarctica. Dogs were removed by April of 1994. The lifespan is the length of time an animal is expected to live. The lifespan of a dog depends on its kind. The average lifespan of domestic dogs is about 10 to 15 years. Dogs are omnivores. They eat both plants and animals. They have sharp, pointed teeth that can tear meat. They also have molars that can grind fruits and grasses. All right, let's talk about what dogs love to do. So dogs love to run. They have so much energy that they love to run and play. Dogs also like to bark. A dog barks to warn that there is danger or when they feel something is wrong. Another thing that a dog does is they growl. They often growl to warn others that they are uneasy and they might bite. Female dogs can mate twice a year at any time. They are pregnant for about 63 days. They give birth to more than one puppy. Young dogs are called puppies. The puppies are born blind and deaf. Their vision and sense of hearing slowly develops over the first 2 weeks. They completely depend on their mother for the first 8 weeks of life, and they feed on their mother's milk. At about 6 to 8 weeks old, the puppies become less reliant on their mother. They also begin to eat solid food. They grow quickly and often full size by the time they are 1 year old. There are more than 400 different kinds of or breeds of dogs. They come in all different shapes and sizes. Some have long coats, while others have short fur. There are also many different colors. Some of their coats also have patches or spots. All right, I'm going to tell you a story about a dog, and the story is called Bear the Faithful Dog. Before we start our story, though, let's look at our Bible verse. So our Bible verse is, we are still alive because the Lord's faithful love never ends. Every morning he shows it in a new ways, and you are so very true and loyal. I say to myself, the Lord is my God, and I trust him. Lamentations 3:22 through 24. So today's story is called Bear the Faithful Dog. Have you ever watched a guide dog help a sight impaired person walking through town or onto the bus or train? It is humbling to see an animal take such great care of a human being. Guide dogs are trained from birth for 18 months to help those who cannot see. In the first 12 months, they are house trained and go through obedience training. If that goes well, then they are trained for another 6 months in intelligent disobedience. That is, knowing when to disobey their handler because of dangers they can see that the blind person cannot. They are also trained to judge the height and width of space so that the blind person will not be in danger of tripping or bumping into things. Finally, the dog and the blind person train together for 2 weeks before they set off on their working partnership. I recently read a story about a family who were caught up in the fires in Northern California. The family woke up to huge flames raging close to their home. There was no time to spare, and they fled immediately. Their dog panicked and disappeared into the smoke. It upset them to think that what might have happened to him. 2 days later, they couldn't bear it anymore, and they made their way through the smoldering ashes of their home. "Bear! Bear!" they called repeatedly. Nothing. "Bear! Bear! Where are you?" they kept calling. And then, past the gate and where the house once stood, but now was burnt to the ground, someone saw Bear! The Bernese mountain dog jumped up, placed his paws on their shoulders, wagged his tail vigorously, and licked their faces. Patiently waiting for his family, Bear could only do what faithful and loyal friends do. He would be there waiting for them in the tough times too. Our Bible text reminds us that Jesus remains loyal to us, even when we are not loyal to him. So often, we are fair weather friends, and the friendship lasts only so long as it is convenient. Jesus says he will love us and be loyal to us forever. Will you promise to be loyal to him too? Good. I am so glad to hear that. All right, boys and girls, that wraps up another Nature Nugget. And remember, like the beautiful book Steps to Christ talks about, we can learn more about Jesus in nature. When we look at the flowers, the falling rain, even the rivers, all of it speaks to our hearts and invites us to become acquainted with Jesus who made them all, including the very loyal dog. All right, boys and girls, here are your clues for next week's Nature Nugget animal. Clue number 1, they can rotate their ears 180 degrees. And clue number 2, they sleep up to 70% of the day. All right, boys and girls, best of luck. And I can't wait to join you again next week for another Nature Nugget. Bye!